Here's a quick update on an earlier story about Secretary KRISTI NOEM of Homeland Security having her purse taken. The purse contained, now this is really good, her DHS access creds, her passport, her driver's license, her meds, apartment keys, $3,000 in cash. Does this lady leave anything at home? This is ridiculous. Now, in the story, they are concerned that whether this incident, which involved a theft, getting close to a cabinet official, and then beating her with her stuff, may have been a lapse in security. May have been a lapse in security. First of all, she probably hung it on the back of her chair, which is a target for everybody in the world. Okay, that's what thieves do. That's what they look for, especially with wealthy people, especially with a party of people, okay? In a crowded restaurant. This was a burger joint. I guess she's got Trump's appetite for burgers as well. But let me tell you something. This is just ridiculous that she had all these documents on her person. I mean, unless you're supposed to carry them. How do you go around with your access badge for DHS? I understand that. Your passport, your driver's license, your meds, blank checks, apartment keys. Who else carries all that crap in the... Well, I shouldn't say that. Okay, I know women. All right, but this is supposed to be... Two things are involved in here. This is a cabinet member and a head of a security agency. Basically domestic security, okay? And she gets ripped off. And this doesn't make a big story. They're after HEGSETH because he's giving away government secrets. This lady doesn't give government secrets away. She gives everything else but government secrets away. You know, Trump can blame whoever he wants, but it's him. He made these picks. And I don't know what he based his picks on. Hedges, it's just, I mean, they had people saying he was an alcoholic, he was not underqualified for the job. Well, he's proven that. I mean, he's proven that, if anything, he's dumber than Donald Trump. Maybe that's why Trump hired him, because he's dumb. And he doesn't have to listen to his bullshit. He just says, what do you want? And then he goes and does whatever Trump says. You know, never checking to see. See, before, these secretaries would, say, hey, maybe you want to think about this for a couple of minutes, Don. Mr. President, maybe you should take 5 on this one. No, they just go ahead and do whatever he says. They don't argue with him. And that's what he's wanted that's what he wanted back when he was on The Apprentice. He wanted nothing but yes people around him. That's why his businesses all went under, because he doesn't listen to people that are educated and know what the hell they're talking about. You know? He believes, and this is the saddest part of the whole deal, that he's the smartest man in the room. Now, I think I'm intelligent, but I'm wrong just as much as I'm right almost, and that doesn't make I'm stupid, but doesn't make me, better than anybody else in the world. He thinks he's better than everybody else. He thinks he can out-negotiate the Arabs. These people have been doing the barter system since before Jesus Christ, okay? And they sit around, and you're gonna go in and you're gonna haggle with these guys. These guys know how to lie, cheat better than you do. I don't care what kind of electronic safety devices you want to use. They're just better at it than you are. So are the Chinese. So are the Russians. Trump thinks because he's got all these money people in the country on his side that he can do what he wants. Well, they're not giving their money away. Okay? And he's running out of things he can give them. Pretty soon he'll have to start giving them states. Influence isn't working too good. And they're screwing everything up. All right? You got, I don't know whether Musk is doing what Trump wants or is just being stupid. Was there waste in the government agencies? Of course there was. okay? But that also kept people working off welfare. It's there's always waste, but the waste comes, and there's always fraud. They had that in New York City with what was it? Social workers were the fraud that was going on in that department of New York City for years. There's fraud everywhere because people are greedy and people see an easy way to make money where they don't have to work that hard. Okay? Now you can't. Now Trump doesn't know what hard work is. He's never worked a hard day in his life. Okay, sitting around thinking of ways to screw people is not a hard job. Okay, I can sit around and think of things like that all day long. It doesn't exhaust me. Doesn't tax my brain. Doesn't do anything. Especially when you're a scumbag, because when you're a scumbag, those thoughts sort of come to you naturally. You think of them first without having to really go into detail about it. That's what he hires these other idiots for, to put the stuff into operation, put all these disgusting ideas of his into practice. Now, it will take, I don't know how many years to straighten all this out once he's gone. But you're going to have to take down some people. You're going to have to take down a Zuckerberg and a Musk and what's the guy's name from Amazon? Bezos. These people are going to have to be taken down. Thiel, all these billionaires are going to have to be taken down a little bit. All right? Before you can actually get anything really accomplished in this country. We need a strong leader someplace to guide us in the right directions, and we need to get rid of the petty little organizations that they have established now. To undo everything, no, I don't think it's necessary to undo every little thing that Trump has done. I'm going to go along, and this is going to piss people off. There are problems, in our institutions, but this is the way he's going about it is wrong. He's hurting the wrong people. Okay, the people that need to be hurt are the people at top. Okay, not the actual workers. For the most part, they do what they're told. They're not getting rich. Musk is getting rich out of this, or he was, until he screwed up by being just such an asshole. Nobody wants to deal with him anymore. Trump isn't getting any money out of this. Trump has no money. Trump gets this money from with the record-setting amount of cash that came in at his inauguration. That's where he gets his money from. He didn't have any money before. He couldn't borrow against Trump Tower for that bond that he needed to stay free in the trial that he was in prior to his election. He couldn't get the bond because he didn't have any credit, and he couldn't borrow against Trump Towers because I think that they said there was 2 to 3 mortgages on it. He's got everything that he owns is mortgaged to the hilt. He gives himself credit for turning Mar-a-Lago into a spectacular resort. Mar-a-Lago is a playground for the rich and famous. Infamous, really. Always was. All he did was make people come there and spend money. All right, he did the same thing, and he's trying the same thing in Burnsville in New Jersey. They don't want him there anymore. He doesn't do anything good but cost the town money. But he doesn't pay them. Trump's great at not paying people. That's really the scary part, But he puts these people in the positions of authority and they can't handle the job. KRISTI NOEM cannot handle Homeland Security, as obvious by the fact of what happened on what did they say, Sunday night or Saturday night? I think it was Easter Sunday, I'm not sure. The theft was at the White House Easter egg roll. and it's hasn't been resolved yet. Okay, so this is, and you got the other guy that doesn't know what the word security means, and he's in charge of our country's defenses. The United States is going to suffer a serious loss someplace along the line, and these people are going to be the ones taking the fall. And when it's all over, if Trump's still around, he's going to say, well, I didn't know. They were in charge. They told me they told me this, or they told me that. I didn't realize that. I would have stopped it if I'd known that. No, he wouldn't have. That's just the way things are now. It's screwed up. Listen, I gotta go. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow.